All right, I think I'm going to get started. Welcome to the call tonight, everybody. My name's Shannon Hart. I know most of you guys on here, but I think we have a couple of guests. And it's really exciting to have you guys here tonight. I'm loving that we're using Zoom. I think we have maybe 2, possibly 3 countries on tonight. Sometimes we have 7 countries on. And what I really like about Zoom is that I can sit here in the comfort of my home and have a conversation with you guys. And tonight, I'm really excited to have the opportunity to talk to you about World Global Network. And I know some of you have already heard about World. Some of you have seen the video. I'm hoping everybody's seen the video. And tonight, I really want to talk about a couple of things, especially obviously our company, our product, how incredible our product is. But I also want to talk to you about a mindset. And mindset is so valuable. And you know, I'm originally from Kingston, Jamaica, and I now live in Dubai, in the United Arab Emirates. And part of going around the world, I'm always interested in listening to different cultures, people, their backgrounds, their education, what it is they've done in their life. And I started out as I started in film and television. So my background is more in film and television. I used to be an assistant director, and I loved what I was doing. But there was a bunch of reasons why I changed my career, and I decided to, you know, even though I loved what I was doing, I realized there was something else I needed to do in terms of creating a career for myself. And so what I'm going to do is I kind of want to share to you a little bit of that story while at the same time talking to you about World Global Network. So what I'm going to do, just give me a second, I'm going to share my screen. All right, perfect. And Ali, you're the only one I'm seeing. Can you give me a thumbs up if you see my screen? Perfect, thank you. So what I'm going to do is talk to you a little bit about World Global Network, but also a little bit about my story. And as I was saying, hi Carlene, as I was saying to you guys earlier, was that part of, you know, I was in film and television and I absolutely loved what I was doing. But at the same time, I had an issue. I was only working for a paycheck. So basically, I had contract work. So what was happening is if I wasn't working, I wasn't getting paid. And one of the great mentors, I would call, or business people that I listen to, or books that I read, or advice that I get in terms of what it is to be a business person or an entrepreneur, is the incredible Robert Kiyosaki. And I was looking at this today and kind of studying it again. I mean, I've been introduced to the 4 quadrants, but I want to kind of just talk about this for a moment. And as I was saying to you, I was what you call an employee. So the 4 quadrants are basically talking about the different types of income. You have active income and you have passive income. And the reason I want to talk about this is just to get your mindset to understand what the purpose of our business is all about, what the purpose of World Global Network and the platform of what we do in terms of our company and in terms of our compensation structure, our marketing plan, etc. And in the left here, this is what you call active income. And this is where I was. I was a hard worker. I had no security and no time. And people call job security, but it's actually not secure, because I actually have a couple friends of mine recently that are losing their jobs, or, you know, their companies are being downsized. And the problem is that you think you have job security, but nowadays everything is different. There is no job security. People don't get one job, stay as an employee for one job for the next 30, 40 years. It just doesn't happen anymore. And what I found is, me personally, in my contract work, I worked on amazing TV shows, but I had no security. I had no time because I was working 12 to 18-hour days. And if you look at even regular jobs, I don't know anybody who works a proper 9-to-5 job, that they clock in and clock out. They usually are taking work home. And now with the invention of the cell phone and the, you know, computers and laptops, people are constantly connected to their job. So this is the employee. You're in a rat race in a sense. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't knock jobs, because jobs are very important. But the thing is, it shouldn't be the only thing you're thinking of. And then what usually happens to people is they then move on to what you call self-employed. So you may own your own business, or you might be self-employed, which is what I was doing. I actually had a contract job. But the thing is, what happens is sometimes people end up with large debts and they have insufficient funds. Why? Because if they are working for themselves or they have a small business, what happens is that they might have a small business and this month they have lots of customers, but next month it's an off season for the next 3 months, and all of a sudden their income dies. Small businesses are like, think of it as if I had a bed and breakfast, or I had, especially a bed and breakfast, or I had a little like a pharmacy shop, or a wear shop. So I was selling watches or teddy bears that I had made myself. If I had a small business, if my customers are not regular, then and my store, let's say, was closed, I wasn't making any money. But if my store was open, I was making money. That is what you call small business or self-employed. And the problem is there is no passive income. Now that is where a lot of stress, people in this quadrant, there's a lot of stress. You could possibly get into large debt, because if you want to start your own business, you have a little bit of money. And you need a lot of money. You need a lot of money, and you end up with a little bit of money and sometimes you don't even break even. Majority of companies do not break even within the first 5 years. So what happens is, I remembered I was in this stage where I wanted to be an entrepreneur. And I said I wanted to own my own business. I wanted to have freedom of time. But the problem is I didn't have enough funds. I had insufficient funds to be able to start my own business. I didn't think I understood business. And then I realized that I would be the one having to do all of the work. This quadrant, the left side quadrant, the active income, this is where 95% of people live. And the 5% of people live over here. This is where the 5%, the wealthy, and they understand the power of residual and passive income. What is passive income? Passive income is when you sleep, you get paid. Or when you sleep, you earn money. And passive and residual income is where you do a lot of work, you push yourself hard, you create a platform or a business, and then all of a sudden you sit back and the money starts rolling in. Now, it doesn't mean you sit back and do absolutely nothing, but it means that you don't actively, physically have to constantly be invested or actually, cause it or doing the work. So like if you own a shop, and if your shop is closed and you're not making money, that is active income. If your shop is making money because it's e-commerce, then that's passive income. So a business owner, you own a system and people are working for you. This is what a business owner does. So a business owner usually sits at the top. They're the CEO. They then manage, and they turn around and they hire a CFO and a COO, a chief operations officer and a chief financial officer. And then those people then hire supervisors or top managers, and then those managers hire supervisors who hire assistants, and then you have all these people at the bottom who are doing all the work, and the CEO is at the top, the business owner, and he is just, counting his money. That's a business owner. And a business owner understands the value of leveraging all of these people doing different tasks every single day who are all causing the business to run. And it's passive because if he steps away from the office for a week, the office is still working. But all of the employees on the left side are the ones that's helping him be passive, have passive income. And then, of course, the very last stage is investor, is when you have enough money from being a business owner to invest your money. Well, guys, what I'm going to talk to you about today with World Global Network is being a business owner where you can then turn into investment. It's actually encompassing a little bit of self-employed, business owner, and investor. And guys, this is where you want to move into. The right quadrant, the business owner investors, where you have no debt, you have plenty of money, you have stability, and you have time. The right is freedom, time freedom. Now, am I saying this is easy? It's not going to be easy. Trust me, it takes a lot of work. But guys, the amount of work you do in a small, short space of time gives you a lifetime of freedom. So how do we get there? Well, let's talk about business, because people like Bill Gates are in that right quadrant. And people like Bill Gates talk about that the secret of success in business is detecting where is the world going, and you want to get there first. So me as a entrepreneur, as a budding entrepreneur, I realized that I needed to understand business, understand where the world was going. I wanted to get there first, and I wanted to be a part of a system where it doesn't require me a lot of money. I don't have to invest a whole bunch of money, and I want to have passive income, and I wanted to have a business that was global. Because if I just have a business in my one little store, that's not truly passive income, and it's not capitalizing on the global market. And everything now is about tapping into the global market. So when I looked at what was the right business for me to choose, I looked at the company, products, trends, and timing. Timing is so important. And what I'm talking about today, timing is crucial. We want to talk about the team, about the management, the company, and about obviously compensation. How do we make money? And when I decided, what do I want to do? If I wanted to, let's say I wanted to invent this water bottle, I would have to actually spend a lot of money designing it, coming up with the product, being able to manufacture it, etc. And I realized I wanted to capitalize on somebody else's idea, leverage the system of other people's money, time, and freedom and energy. Other people's money, other people's efforts, and other people's time, and create a business. And this is where I looked at the 7 components. World Global Network was where I decided to plant my feet and sink in deep and be a part of this global movement. Why? Because World Global Network has a massive history in the world of technology. And if you look at this gentleman on the left, Fabio Galdi, I love technology. I think technology is obviously the wave of the future, and a lot of people agree with me on that. And if you look at Fabio Galdi, he has a massive history in technology, or a massive 20-year history of working in technology. He founded the 2nd largest ISP in Italy and the 5th largest in Europe. And he introduced one of the first touchscreen LCD PCs in the market. So he has this massive, massive understanding of technology and where it's going to go. And from 2011 to 2015, he focused on space technology and on cell phone technology. And it wasn't until all of a sudden he realized that technology is great and the cell phone technology is booming, but where is the world going? What are people wanting? And I think Fabio Galdi did an incredibly brave thing. From 2011 to 2015, he made $153 million in revenue. And he said, you know what? We are going to change direction with our company and do something different. That blew my mind away, because that is risky, but you got to take risks to get somewhere in life. So he decided in 2014 to introduce wearable technology into the market, into his business. So he's decided to capitalize on wearable technology. And I mean, I'm not a technology expert. I love it, but I'm not an expert. But if you look at publications around the world, such as the Wall Street Journal, Forbes, Business Insider, they are all talking about how technology is the wave of the future, wearable technology, such as the eyewear glasses, buds, earbuds, cameras, etc. Anything wearable. And the biggest area in wearable technology is smartwatches and also smart bands. And so when Wall Street Journal and Forbes looked at where is the industry going, we realized that wearable technology is a $14 billion industry right now, but in the next 3 years, it's going to become a $34 billion industry. So it's going to become a massive industry. So what the company did is Fabio Galdi said, I want to create wearable technology. I want to take wearable technology, marry it with health and wellness industry, and he created what's called the Hilo.
Introducing Hilo, the world's first health and lifestyle oracle, a real-time health monitoring device unlike any other wearable device on the planet. Hilo can monitor the most important measurements, including heart rate, blood pressure, breath rate, daily steps, calories burned, and Hilo can even perform an EKG. Hilo can also sense your mood if you're excited or even if you're fatigued. Paired with the latest smartphone application, you can now track the health and well-being of your loved ones. Imagine being able to monitor your aging parents even if you're thousands of miles away, or getting an alert if your spouse's blood pressure is too high. Hilo not only monitors your important measurements, but it produces a daily, weekly, and monthly health report that you can provide to your trainer or physician. In the near future, Hilo will be able to monitor blood sugar levels, alcohol levels in our blood, oxygen levels, temperature, and even keep disease-delivering mosquitoes away. But Hilo is more than the world's most advanced health monitoring device. Hilo can also alert you if your loved ones are in danger. Unfortunately, more and more women and children go missing each day, according to the FBI. With Hilo, a child walking home from school can now press the panic button twice, and his or her Hilo guardians can be sent an emergency alert via text, notifying their guardians that they need help. And what's amazing is that the guardians will get the exact GPS location of their loved one. Let's take a look at another scenario. What if you're taking a walk around your neighborhood and you sense danger lurking? Having that peace of mind to simply alert your loved ones can be a lifesaver. Now that you've seen the power of this revolutionary product, I'm positive you're ready to order one for you and your family members. However, Hilo is not found in stores. Hilo can only be purchased online. So click on the Buy It Now link or fill out our form to get more information about the Hilo right now.
So guys, that's our Hilo, the original Hilo, Hilo Classic. And our founder, Fabio Galdi, realized that the power in wearable technology was marrying it with the wellness industry. And he created a game changer. And what the different features that our Hilo offers is blood pressure, heart rate, EKG, sleep quality, breath rate, all the ones listed in the video. But the feature that really got me excited was the Guardian feature. It got my whole family excited. And it was funny because when I was looking at at this technology and at the Hilo, the first thing I did was send the video to my mom and dad because I knew my mother was looking for a Fitbit. And I said to my mom, "Mom, what do you think of this?" She immediately replied and said, "Shannon, this is what I want. I want the Hilo." And I said, "Why?" And she said, "For this feature. My dad lives and my parents live in Canada, and my dad was traveling over to Dubai to visit or actually to come here for work. And a couple days before he was set to travel, he got a really, really bad spike in his blood pressure. And that's not normal for my dad. He doesn't have bad blood pressure. So when it spiked, my mom rushed into the hospital and they're kind of like, what the hell is going on? Why does he have such bad blood pressure? And at the time, they couldn't figure out what was wrong. My dad got on a flight and came to Dubai. And while he was on the plane, he said the thing he couldn't stop thinking about was if I had my Hilo, I would be more comfortable because he'd be able to check what his blood pressure levels were. And from Canada to Dubai, it's a 13-hour flight. So this feature, as soon as he arrived, he's like, "Shannon, where's my Hilo? I want my Hilo." And what made my mother even more comfortable is that my dad was now monitoring his blood pressure through his Hilo, no matter where he was at work, at home, etc. And now through the app, right here, you can see this is my dad. I can now monitor my dad's blood pressure. And right now, I think he's at dinner. And I now can see his blood pressure, his heart rate, how many steps he's done. I can see his mood, his energy, all that kind of stuff. So this is incredible. I get people saying to me, "Wait, so I can check my wife's mood before I have to go home?" So guys, it's truly incredible. The Guardian feature, it works all over the world. It doesn't matter where you are. And the Guardian function really does help to make families more connected and be able to be comfortable with their loved ones to see how is their health and what's going on with them. The panic button is another incredible feature that a lot of people have told me they're so excited about. The panic button is a button on the side of your Hilo, and what it does is if I press it twice, it would notify a loved one. I can notify 3 people that something is up, something's wrong, and this is my GPS location. It actually sends my location. If my GPS is on, it will send my GPS location to anybody, anywhere in the world. I've tested it with my mother all the way in Canada, and it works. I've tested with a friend in Mexico, and it works. So by email or by SMS, it works. Guys, this is revolutionary. I've had parents tell me that they want this for their kid because they're not wearing a not so sexy panic button. They're wearing this really nice looking helo. It doesn't look like anything like your parents gave you. And so if their child was feeling uncomfortable in a situation, they could press a button twice and their parents knew exactly where they are. So I have a lot of age ranges of people that really, really like the helo. Health enhancing stones is the other feature that I said, okay, this company knows what they're doing. Inside my helo, on the band, and I can move them around, I have the health enhancing stones. They are germanium stones, and they are known to help balance the body's, the body's ions. So what happens is when you're using like a cell phone or you have a lot of technology around you, it's actually negatively affecting your ions in your body. And what the helo does, and there's a great video out there of how the helo, the germanium stones help to balance the ions in your body. And if you look over here, you can see that this is a person who has no helo on their wrist. And 13 minutes later, after they added the germanium stones on the helo band, their blood circulation increased by 85%. I've had my doctors tell me they love the helo because of the germanium stones. So guys, again, technology, health and wellness, marrying it together, we've created an incredible device. When I'm also looking at a company, remember I said the 7 components, one of the most major components is looking at the future of the company because technology changes at a rapid pace. So when I looked at the fact that our company World is partnered with Toshiba, that made me go, this is something I got to look at. We in September, of last year, we announced that we were the world's first to use Toshiba's App Lite technology. First, game changer. Why? Because Toshiba is well known to have incredible technology. So our device, we now have our devices powered by Toshiba. Our chipsets are created by Toshiba. The technology, the programming is done by our Italian team. And then we launched the incredible helo. Guys, this is the brand new helo, the one that I'm wearing. The Helo LX, guys, this is like game changer because, you know, when you look at a company and you think about Apple or Samsung or any of these companies, they are constantly developing new phones. So you have the iPhone 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, our company launched the Helo Classic, which was in the first video. They launched it last year. And they did 140 million in revenue just on that Classic alone. In the beginning of this year, they launched the Helo LX. So we are constantly updating our technology. And only in the beginning of April did they actually start shipping the Helo LX. And we've already sold 300,000 units. In our first quarter, from January to March, our first quarter, we did $32 million in revenue. So is it popular? Yes. Are we the game changer in the industry? Yes. And this is when I saw the numbers and I saw the movement and I realized that our features dominate the industry. This is when I said, this is a company that I want to be a part of. And this took it over the top for me. And I've had people go, okay, you can stop here, Shannon. You don't need to tell me anything more. We are launching the world's first wearable, non-invasive blood glucose estimation technology. Guys, I don't think you understand. This is when I really went, okay, this is it. I don't need to know anything more. Why? Because in the diabetes market, in people who have diabetes, most of the time when you talk to them and say, what is it that you don't like about having diabetes? What is the thing that drives you up the wall, aside from having the problem, the disease? The first thing is they don't like pricking their finger. It's invasive, and they have to keep pricking their finger, and it ends up getting very, very painful. The other thing they don't like are having to have the strips and carry those around with them everywhere they go. So the fact that we are launching something where they don't have to prick their fingers, they don't have to actually carry the strips around with them because it's all on the helo. I mean, what you've got to understand is in the US market alone, if we were to capture 1% of the entire US market, we would be a $2 billion company. And this is launching in the fourth quarter. As a result, we are not you can't compare us to the rest of the products out there. And if you look at the left here, you'll see the Fitbit Blaze, the Apple Watch, the Microsoft Band, the Samsung Gear, and this is the Helo. We dominate the industry in terms of the different features we offer. And as I said, there's so many features coming, including the blood glucose level technology. We also have blood oxygenation, body temperature, blood alcohol levels, a mosquito shield. There's so many hydration levels. There's so many different features that we are bringing out with the Helo, and it's going to continue. And this is literally, we've been announcing this only since the end of last year. So what's coming is truly incredible, and this is why I love the companies. We're always developing product. In the US, we had national press in the US. So, with our type of company, usually you don't get a lot of press. And we had national press. Fox News talked about us as the next technology to watch for in 2017. In the Consumer Technology Association conference down here, Toshiba had the largest booth. And they used our Helo as an example to say, look what you can do with our technology. So we really are a game changer. And the thing is, what I want you to understand is that why are we a game changer? Because we're focusing on prevention, not cure. We're not a medical device. I don't tell people we're a medical device. I say we're a wellness device, a wellness band. It's not a watch. It's a wellness band. Why? Because when you're looking at blood pressure levels, if they spike like from 120/80 up to like 160. Those are spikes. But just five little knots on your blood pressure, that's not where you need to be concerned. And this is why we can help people understand when something is going on with their body and they're not even aware. I know people who have had strokes. I know people who have fainted and had situations happen and they had no idea it was about to happen. But this gentleman on the right here, he wasn't feeling well one day, and he actually did an EKG reading from his Helo. The EKG reading said something is abnormal with your heart. He said, I'm going to go to the doctor. He went to the hospital, actually, and when he got there, they did an EKG, and they said, something's wrong. It's a good thing you came in because we got to figure out what's going on with your heart. It's prevention. Sometimes those extra couple of minutes could save your life. So this is why I really love our product. In terms of understanding the company, and because of everything I've just told you, when you see that our company is a publicly listed company, this is what got me really excited as well. Because as a publicly listed company, we are transparent. It gives us validity because we post anything new that we are launching has to be publicly announced because we have shareholders. So in 2016, our stocks were at 26 cents. When we started releasing everything I just told you, by 2017, this year, we were up at $15.85. Those were our stock prices. On the 13th of January, our stock prices went as high as $23. This is what is going to propel us into a $2 billion company. This really solidified my belief in our company and in what we're doing as a company. And when you talk about timing, the timing is now, because look at the trend that we are on, number one. Number two, we just launched the latest technology. So we are at the foundation, and this is why I call it a movement, because we are at the foundation levels of building a massive global company. And we're truly a global company. Why? Because we're in 195 countries. And what I want you to understand, just stopping here for a moment, remember I talked to you about passive income? Passive income in any type of technology or consumer-based company is about e-commerce. E-commerce is where you truly can have passive income. Our company allows you as an individual to create a massive global e-commerce business. You can introduce the Hilo to anybody in the world in 195 countries, and we at the company World Global Network will ship the product to their door. What did I just say to you? I said you can have an e-commerce company in 195 countries. You know, I get some people that say to me, but Shannon, that's like, I'm not quite sure. And they say, but I want to have my own business. And I said, what business can you do that you don't have to put up hundreds of thousands of dollars to operate a website, to operate distribution, to operate the accounting, to operate manufacturing of the product, shipping and packaging and everything? 195 countries, world is going to do it for you. When you also look at the company, and you got to understand that as a company, you've got to constantly be introducing new product. So you're keeping your consumer base happy. And it's like Apple. Apple has brand loyalty. Once you've created brand loyalty, as we are doing with our company, more and more products that you release, more and more people are going to be happy. Your customers are going to be happy. We've released a product called the Biozen. It's scientifically and medically proven to reduce the harmful effects of electrosmog. What is electrosmog? I have my cell phone, I'm talking to you on a computer, everything that I'm right near a television, everything around me is technology based, and it is giving off radiation. Because when you have Bluetooth and Wi-Fi on, that gives off low levels of radiation. In a short space of time, it's not significant, but over time it is, and especially with children. So our company came out with the Biozen, which is a little chip you can put on any of your electronic devices, and it will reduce the harmful effects of electrosmog. There's an incredible video out there showing this. And if you look here, example of after 10 minutes of a cell phone call, this is where you have when you don't have the Biozen on, you'll usually get like abnormal blood vibration levels. But when you have the Biozen on, you have almost healthy blood. And what I'm excited about is our company at the end of this month in Bangkok, Thailand, is releasing, we have an international conference, and we are launching the Infolio. This is, remember I said originally the company was a cell phone technology? Well, they're focusing on wearable technology and bringing back the cell phone and marrying it together. Infolio is a 20 megapixel cell phone, dual SIM card, and the Biozen is going to be built in the phone. Let me take a moment to express why this is so important. Again, where is the world going? And let's get there first. The world is looking at how do we make technology healthier. So if you look at the Infolio phone with the biochip in the Infolio phone, this is now taking technology and looking at wellness and marrying it together. We will now have the only cell phone that does not give off harmful radiation, harmful electrosmog. We are at the cutting edge, guys, of technology. Another thing our company has done is we've launched the Hilo App Store. The Hilo App Store is incredible because our Fabio Galdi has taken a page out of Apple's book and said, let's launch our own app store where anybody who's wearing an Infolio can purchase an app, download an app, and that app will provide them with some sort of, information. It could be, we have one app being developed that will detect when you have the flu 2 days before you actually have the flu. Yes, that is actually being developed. It's a guy in Chicago who's been doing this for 2 years, but he didn't have a device that could actually get that information and use it with his app. So our Hilo collects the biometric data, and all of these developers around the world, it's not just Hilo, any developer can develop an app, take our biometric features or the information that we collect and create an app. We have over 300 apps. We have about 300 apps being developed right now, and we only launched this in April. And what does that mean for me as a business person? Every time an app is purchased, I'm going to get paid. That, and if you think about what iPhone or Apple has done, they have over 2.2 million apps. They keep 20% of the profits and the developer keeps 80%. I want a piece of that pie, and this is why I'm so excited about the Hilo App Store. There are so many fun apps. There's an app, I heard there was an app being developed that it's the lie detector app. I'm not sure I want that one, but that's being developed. An ovulation app. There's so many different apps that are going to be developed, and this is going to be a lot of fun for all of our Hilo users. And you can only use the apps if you have a Hilo. So now I've talked about the timing, the trends, I've talked about the company, the management, where we're going, the vision, and the momentum of our company. And I want to talk about the compensation plan. How do you get paid? How do you truly capitalize on this opportunity? Now, what I'm going to do is just play an income disclosure, because what I want you guys to understand is that I'm not trying to claim that you're going to make $1 million. I'm going to show you what you can do. It's an opportunity that you can take and apply it to what's going on in your life right now to create residual income. I'm not claiming you're going to be a multimillionaire. Have people made a lot of money? Yes, and I'll show you all of that in a moment.
Income disclosure notice. Practicality dictates that everyone's results will vary, as we are all unique and different. Basically, it takes hard work to make a substantial income in this business, and some people will make no money at all. The earnings of a World Global Network partner will be 100% dependent upon their skills, work effort, commitment, leadership capabilities, and market conditions. Common sense would suggest that in most opportunities, one would find exceptional individuals performing well above average, while others perform under the average. World Global Network does not guarantee any level of income or your success. To see our full income disclosure, please visit our website at www.worldgn.com.
What I love about our company is that we don't claim anything, and we can show you how to make money. We can show you what you can do, but I'm telling you, it's hard work, but it's the most enjoyable thing I've done in my career. And as a result of us being such a transparent company, we have top recognition in our industry. We are ranked above the one of the top 100 companies in network marketing, which there's over 5,000. We're a AAA rated company, and we have massive momentum. We're creating waves in our industry. And what I want you guys to take a moment to understand is that the network marketing industry has created more millionaires than any other industry in the world. And the thing about, I want you to understand about network marketing is, remember we talked about passive income and active income? What is great about network marketing is we create a system where you are not the only person doing the work. You're creating a network of friends and of business associates that are all doing the same work. We're all duplicating the system, and we're all earning together. And you got to understand it in this way. Traditional marketing of a business doesn't work nowadays. Traditional marketing in putting in print media and billboards, that's not where people are making the most money. Think about a company like Uber, Airbnb, Facebook, Alibaba, Amazon. Most of the time, if you think about it, where you heard about Alibaba or about Uber for the first time, it was not on print media or traditional marketing. It was on social media. Every time I asked somebody, where did you hear about Uber? They immediately say word of mouth. Word of mouth marketing is the most powerful marketing system right now. It is exceptional. Social media like Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, LinkedIn, all of these platforms. And all a network marketing company does is they say, let's take our marketing budget and give it to people who use the social media platform to talk about products that they love. It's as simple as that. As long as you are talking about a product, that is where we are a true, proper network marketing company. And guys, like I said, we're ranked at the top 100, and we've created industry like buzz. Why? Because it's as simple as talking about a wearable technology product that people actually know, love, and use. Chad and Natita are an incredible example of what's happening in the industry today. My personal sponsor was sponsored by Mr. Chad and Natita Chong, and they are now number 9 in the industry of network marketing. They started in September of last year, and this is their parents, Chanita and Nat Printra. They are number 5 in the industry, and they started a year ago. Why do they have such incredible success? Is because it's as simple as wearable technology. So how can you capitalize on this success? I'm not telling you to quit your job. What I'm telling you is that people, whenever I introduce, and I've spoken to many of you that are on the call today, all of us agree that every time we just send out that 2-minute video, we immediately get people going, either I want one, where did you get it from, how can I get one? Everybody says the same thing. So what do? How do you get to capitalize on referrals? Referral marketing. First, you're going to become a team member. So that means you're going to pick a pack. You're going to purchase a helo yourself. And you can purchase one helo, which will give you the germanium stones. You can purchase a family pack in certain countries like Lebanon, Jamaica, some of the third world countries, Philippines, etc. You can purchase a family pack, and it will save you $129 US. Or you can purchase a family pack. The family pack is what I purchased. Why? Because my entire family wanted a helo. Most of the time, if you say I want a helo, your mother, your brother, and I wanted to monitor my parents. So I purchased 4 helos, and guess what? I got one free. Plus, I got a set of color bands, and here are some of them. I have 2 with me. This is the lilac one, and this is a red one. It's hard to see, but it's red. And I could interchange them. So this is a savings of $696. This other pack is called the premium pack. You save over $1,000 US, and you get 5 helos. You get 1 free, and every single helo has its own color set. Purchase what you want. Now, is there benefits between the two? Between them, yes. The box set gives you what's called 10% in your team volume commission, which I'll explain in a moment. And the family packs and above give you 20% in your team volume commission. I'll explain that in a moment. Now, every time, once you purchase one of these packs, you now can start earning 10% on every single pack that you personally sell. This is referrals. What I want you to understand is that referral marketing is in every company now. Most companies are doing referrals. I went to my hairdresser a couple months back, and my hairdresser said to me, Shannon, there was a little sticker on the window or on the mirror, and it said, if you refer 2 people to my salon, I will give you a free haircut, or 3 people, I can't remember. Zoom, we're using Zoom right now. Zoom is now doing a referral program. They're not a network marketing company. They're just doing a referral program. So if I refer 3 people to Zoom, I'm going to start getting points, and I can then cash it in for a free Zoom month. Every company is doing referrals. So it's as simple as this. Purchase a helo pack, refer it to your friends and family, and you can make 10% of the sales price. You refer 10 people to the helo. They come and they purchase a helo. You're going to make $32 per person. That's 10 people. You've paid for your helo. Guys, it's really that simple. It's just referrals. Now, when you want to get into I call it franchising. It's not the best word to use, but basically when you start to develop e-commerce businesses around the world. Right now, I'm developing 7 different regions of e-commerce businesses. So I know there's a guy in England on right now, and I've said to him, go develop the e-commerce business in England. I have another person going to do it in Lebanon, another person going to do it in South Africa, another one in one of my team members in the US is on right now. So if we develop e-commerce markets around the world, you're going to earn off of all of that volume coming through your teams. So what do you have to do? You're going to build 2 teams. You're going to build a left team, and you're going to build a right team. So you're going to put 1 person on the left and 1 person on the right. The minute you do this, you can start to earn from every helo they sell in their network. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to become a team developer. You're going to help the person on your left, this person over here, find 2, and the person on your right find 2. So now that they find 2, they're team builders, and you are now called a team developer. You purchase a helo or a family pack, you find two, and you help those two find two. This is your team. If you purchase one helo, you get 10% off of the team volume points, the matching points. I'll explain. If you purchase a family pack and above, you get 20% off of the team volume points. I'll show you that soon. Once you become a team developer, you're now going to be able to earn a whole bunch more commissions. So more bonuses, matching bonus, billionaire pool, the car bonus, luxury bonus. There's a lot more bonuses. Are you going to understand everything today? Absolutely no. But all you need to know is purchase a pack, find two, and help those two find two, and start earning. Everybody who purchases a helo gets a free app. They get to use the app. They have 30 days recording time. They get to monitor one person, and they get to send an SOS to one person. Then there's the Pro app. This has more options. You get to monitor 20 people. A lot of trainers, doctors, family members, they all love the Pro app. But guess what? If you sign up with the loyalty membership, which is where I am, a lot of my team members, the loyalty membership allows 5 of your helos to all be on the Pro app. So let's say you bought a family pack. All of your family can all have the top level app all with their helo. So it's worth it to get the loyalty membership. Now, it is optional, but what does the loyalty membership allow you to do? When you're in the loyalty membership, it allows you to earn points from your team and keep those points. Okay, and I'll explain that. I'm going to explain it all as we go along. The other thing the loyalty membership allows you to do is you get some cloud space. You also get a protection plan for your helo and the Infolio. Remember the Infolio phone that we're going to launch at the end of this month? You have a protection plan for both. You also get, this is where a lot of people get really excited. You're spending $60 a month for the loyalty membership, and you're getting 75 loyalty points back. $60, but you're getting 75 loyalty points. Every loyalty point, one loyalty point equals $1. So that means that you're actually getting $75 credit that you can use to purchase a new helo. So this is our first generation, our second generation, and then we're going to have other generations. I heard that they're already in development of the third, fourth, fifth. Why? Because technology is constantly advancing. You can also use your points to purchase a new helo, the new phone. So guys, this is why a lot of people like the loyalty membership, because if I'm an iPhone user, how many of you have purchased 3 or 4 iPhones, different generations? Now, under the loyalty membership, you're not having to purchase upfront with a full price. You can use your points. And this is called brand loyalty. We are capitalizing on brand loyalty. We also allow you to earn 1% of whatever you earn in your team. We'll take 1% and put it away. We'll give you an extra 1%, put it away in a savings box, and you get it back after 12 months. So we're saving for you. So overall, it's over $1,400 in benefits, and you're only spending $60 a month. I'll tell you something. If you sell or you introduce 2 people a month, just 2 people to the loyalty membership, not to the loyalty membership, to the helo. So you introduce or refer 2 people to purchase a helo, you paid for your loyalty membership. Guys, the loyalty membership has never cost me. Why? Because I'm always talking about the product. I'm always showing, or people see it on my hand and go, "What's that?" So it's never cost me. So I don't see this as a charge every month. I see it as me spending $60 and getting way more in return in terms of benefits. The other exciting thing is that the loyalty membership, you actually earn from every person on the loyalty membership. So when you sell 1 helo, you get a referral commission of $32. So every helo pack you sell, you personally get 10% of the sales price. But when you start building your team, every helo sold within your team, you're getting 100 sales volume, up to 750 sales volume per pack that you sell. You sell a helo, you get $32, which is 10% referral commission, and 100 sales volume. If your friend, if you introduced it to your two and those two introduced it to the two and they all buy Helos, you get 100 sales volume for each person. So let me explain that. Basically what happens if you develop a huge team, your two teams are running, you've introduced it to people in Africa, in Asia, in Australia, in England, in Canada, in the States, and your whole team is selling Helos. Let's say you sold 1,000 Helos on your left and 1,000 Helos on your right, you would end up making between 10,000 to 20,000 US dollars commission, because every Helo has a sales point. 100 sales volume is $100. And you can earn, if you buy one Helo, you're gonna earn 10% out of that team volume. If you buy a family pack and above, you can earn 20% out of that team volume. If those 1,000 people all were on the loyalty membership, this is where you're also earning $6 for every friend of yours, every person you introduce to the Helo. You're gonna earn $6 off of every person plus 30 points. Now, are you supposed to understand this all now? Absolutely no way. But guys, this is just to give you another kind of look at what I'm talking about. And please understand that this is not something you're going to understand everything for now. But when you get back to the person who introduced you or you come on our trainings, you'll get to understand it a lot better. But what if you only introduce 2 people this week or this month? Make it a month. Make it go slow. And the next week, those 2 people introduced it to 2 people. Then those people introduced it to 2 people. This is the power of duplication, the power of 2. If every person just introduced it to 2 people, at the end of 12 weeks or 12 months, call it 12 months. Don't say 12 weeks, say 12 months if you want to go slow. You'd have 4,095 people on your 2 teams. If you did that, if every person bought 1 Helo, forget the family pack, they just bought 1 Helo, you'd make a total of 81,000 US dollars around. If they bought a family pack, this is what you'd be earning. They bought the big premium pack, this is what you'd be earning. But guys, just keep it simple. If you're just introducing 2 people, and I know some of my business partners, they see the vision, they see the possibilities. They know it is hard work, so it takes hard work and dedication, our income disclosure statement, but if you just be consistent and talk about the product that you love, this is where you start to earn some money. And every person that gets on the loyalty membership, if everyone was on the loyalty membership, every month you'd be earning residual income. What did I say at the very beginning when I talked about the 4 quadrants? Residual. I go to bed some days and I wake up and I've made money. It's the sweetest thing I've ever felt to be able to go to bed and wake up the next morning and see money in my bank, in my World Global Network account. It's the nicest thing, and that's what is residual income. Why? Because I have people in the US and other countries that are selling the Helo and I'm getting paid. So guys, it's truly a fantastic opportunity. And it's simple, it's very lucrative, there's no joining fee. You just purchase a Helo, you get a free website, meaning you get a username, your unique username. Nobody can purchase a Helo unless they have a unique username. There's a referral and cashback program. So I talked about all of the commissions, you're 10% off of every Helo sold, you're gonna build a team, there's a matching bonus, there's lots of bonuses. And we can go through this when more in training. It's simple, it's lucrative, it's open in 195 countries, there's no monthly shipping charges, there's no joining fee. We are a game changer in the world of technology, in wearable technology, and this is why companies or news stations are talking about us, and we are a AAA rated company. What I want you to understand though is positioning, timing. Because right now we are in a massive foundation stage. We are in the movement. If you think about where the Fitbit is today, the Fitbit took a while for people to hear about. They used word of mouth and social media marketing to actually get people to hear about the Fitbit. But can you imagine if you had started at the onset of the Fitbit, where you would be today if you were a part of that movement? Well, this is where you are right now. We launched this Helo in the beginning of this year, and it only just started shipping at the beginning of April. What does this mean? We are moving at a massive rate. So if you get into the business now, let's say you joined my team, and then I put in 3 more people in my team. they would fall under you. And everything that they did, you would earn from. If you came in after those 3 people, they would be earning from you. So you wouldn't earn from them. And the reason the timing is so key is because we're in a massive movement right now, and we're doing this fast. And guys, it's truly as simple as keeping in your comfort zone. I'm not asking you to do anything odd. I'm not telling you to go door to door, to knock on people's door. This isn't what it's about. How many times have you gone on Facebook or Instagram and posted, look at the restaurant I'm at today? I think my mother is the worst. My mother, I hope she's not on, my mother likes to post always about, look at the beach I'm at, look at the restaurant I'm at, look at where we ate today. And I'm like, Mom, you are not making money off of any of these places you're posting about, but you're referring people to it. This is exactly what you're doing. If any of you out there own a Fitbit, you're never going to be paid to talk about the Fitbit. But the Hilo, which has way more features than any of the products out there, if you buy a Hilo, you send out that 2-minute video, and then you just introduce people to it and you follow up with them. You can invite them to Zoom calls like this. You can use our marketing tools. We have pre-recorded presentations, so if they don't have time to come onto one of the ones I'm hosting, guys, it's easy. Is it hard work? Yes, but it's so simple as sending out a 2-minute video. And that's basically the most information I can give you for now. What you need to do is get back to the person that invited you today. The resources, we have tons of resources that you can go through. Hilo.money if you want to watch another presentation. But if I were you, I would not wait to make that decision. What is the risk? I always say to people, what is the risk? There's no risk involved. You're spending money to get a product, to use a product that you're going to enjoy, and you're sharing it with others. And what I want you to realize is that wearable tech devices are here to stay, and they're only going to get more sophisticated and effective as they evolve. And most people, like, this is what happens is until now, we're all just guessing what's going on with our health. We think we know what's going on with our fitness and health, and that's what we're making decisions based on. But all of the advancements in technology, we're eventually going to take the guessing work out of healthy living. And this is a quote from Michael Dell of Dell Computers. So guys, that's my presentation for today. It's simple. It's very easy. It's just the Hilo. And because we only have a couple people on, if anybody has any questions, what you can do is there's a little chat box. I'm gonna send a message. Hi everyone. If you'd like to send a message to me right now, I can answer the message, and I can answer any questions you might have. If not, anybody that's in the team that is on right now, if you want to stay and ask some questions, please feel free to. And I hear Tarek. Yeah, Tarek, you raised your hand. I don't know if that was purposely. Yeah, any questions, guys? You can just type it here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stop recording, and I want to say thank you to all of you that came to watch today.